All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
A week ago now, I've done 2 videos about bringing witnesses in the court who will be masked. So what happened in court today, if you have been following me, will not be a new thing to you, or it will not be a surprising thing to you because I've said it before. Now, I was having a conviction that in the year 2016, when the same federal government requested to the court that let us bring masked witnesses against Nnamdi Kanu, the court rejected it. They said no. If you are coming to testify against someone in court, if your testimonies are true, there is nothing you will hide about it. But the councils representing the federal government today argued that the lives of those people who are coming to testify, is at risk if they are being exposed to everyone seeing them. Okay? Now, I want us to understand what really transpired. What happened today is no issue. It's no issue at all right? Because the council representing Nnamdi Kanu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Akabi, okay? He did not reject that federal government should not bring masked witnesses, okay? He did not reject it. But he went forward to make a statement in that court, of which I believe that maybe I don't really know what have transpired on that ground. He said, when it is about to bail Nnamdi Kanu, that the federal government councils will also reciprocate by not arguing, that he will not oppose it, that they should not bring people who will come and testify on, hidden identity. Now, let us go to this article to understand what actually transpired. This is from Sahara Reporters and it reads, Nigeria government's witnesses to testify against Nnamdi Kanu behind protective screen in terrorism trial. And this is the details of the article. The Nigeria government witnesses scheduled to testify against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, will deliver their testimony behind a protective screen. This followed a ruling by the Federal High Court in Abuja on Tuesday, that is today, following a request by the government represented by Counsel Adegboyaga Awomo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Justice James Omotosho granted the request during proceedings on the 7-count terrorism charge filed by the federal government against Nnamdi Kanu. The application for protective measures was brought by Awomo, who argued that concealing the identity of the witnesses was necessary for their safety. Awomo told the court that, given the sensitive nature of the terrorism charges, it was imperative to shield the witnesses from public exposure. He stressed that the measure was essential to protect their identities and ensure their safety. Kanu's lawyer, Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, did not oppose the application. So that is something that is very important that people should understand. That Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer did not oppose the application for the best reason known to him. However, what happened in 2016 was that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer then opposed to the application of the federal government, and the court said the opposition was right, that if you are coming to testify against somebody, if you are not coming to lie, so what is the essence of covering your face? Now that Kanu's lawyer Agabi did not oppose it, that is the reason why Justice James Omotosho now granted the application for them to come with the hidden identity. Let's continue with the article. However, he requested mutual cooperation from the federal government in future proceedings, particularly regarding a potential bail application for Nnamdi Kanu. You understand what that means, okay? Just like what I said before. You people are bringing mass witnesses. Naturally, I'm supposed to oppose it and it will not happen. But let me just allow you people to do it. But when it's time to bail or release Nnamdi Kanu, we also need a cooperation for you people. What do I know, Seth? I'm not a lawyer, but this is actually what transpired. And it continues that we expect reciprocity when it is time to argue the bail application, Agabi stated. Okay, you get it right. In granting the ex parte application, Justice Omotosho ruled that the witnesses would testify from behind the screen, hereby remaining unseen by the public, though still visible to the judge and lawyers. Okay, so the lawyers will still see them and the judge will still see them. Okay, following the ruling, the prosecution called its first witness identified in court as PWAAA, okay, hidden identity. The witness began testifying as the government officially opened its case against the leader of IPOB. The trial continues in what is expected to be a closely watched legal battle. So other reporters earlier reported that Kanu, who has been in the custody of the Department of State Service DSS since his controversial extradition from Kenya in 2021, arrived in court flanked by a legal team comprising 6 senior advocates of Nigeria. Kanu's sons are led by Agabi, a former Attorney General of the Federation, with others including Uchenna Njoko, Professor Onyechi Bazo, Emeka Itiaba, Menda Audu Nuwe, and Dr. Joseph Akubo. The Nigerian government, represented by the 3 senior advocates, reaffirmed its intent to continue prosecution in the high-profile treason and terrorism charges leveled against Nnamdi Kanu. And this is the end of the article. So I see and I believe that there is nothing someone will tell me that the federal government led by Tinubu is not interested in prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu. They are, even though their interference, it could be foreign interference from Southeast politicians as well, but those interferences also indicate that Tinubu agreed to what they dictate to him. Tinubu agreed that Nnamdi Kanu should be tried. Tinubu agreed that if found guilty, Nnamdi Kanu should be prosecuted. You know, what I'm trying to say is that Tinubu is aware and fully involved in this, okay? As a president, if he's not too much interested, maybe it's because of other interference and all. I know how this case is supposed to be going, okay? Maybe they could have sent them go and settle out of court, let them go and negotiate with you. But this indicates that Tinubu is fully involved in this Nnamdi Kanu case, okay? But I am very sure, very, very sure, 100% sure, Nnamdi Kanu will be released, okay? He will be released on bail, and this case is going to continue, like, if possible, next 2 years, this case will still be. Because after Federal High Court, I see federal government, this set of people, I see them going to appeal court after they must have, you know, releasing Nnamdi Kanu on bail. The case can just be there, even in perpetual. Don't be surprised of what is going to happen. Anything can happen in Nigeria. But what I'm trying to say is that Nnamdi Kanu will be granted bail, okay, soonest. That is something that I am very, very sure about. And that is why the lawyers of the sons, Nnamdi Kanu too, you see, they are not arguing anything in court. What they just want is letting Nnamdi Kanu get out of that DSS custody. That is what they want, okay? And Justice James Omotosho is going to do that, okay? So I am very, very sure that from now till, you know, next 3 court cases, the important thing will be done. That is just it. Let me know what you think about this.
Self-defense is a constitutional right. Self-determination is not a crime, but a right under the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and customary international law. Therefore, I make no apologies for pursuing Biafra relentlessly and determinedly. It can never stop. Those who underestimate our resolve do so at their own peril. As I've said before, we are not alive, we are dead already. When you see men, you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do. From today onwards, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. If you kill a Biafran, you will be killed. No matter who you are, we will keep pursuing you until you die. You have no peace and you have no rest. I'm saying it on video that the whole world may understand. In 1966, the world kept quiet as Biafrans were slaughtered in their numbers, 300,000 in the north. 67 to 70, over 3.5 million people were killed. Nobody stood trial for it. Rwanda lost less than 100,000 people. ICC and international courts were convened to try those who were responsible, or should I say, those who were culpable. The same thing in Liberia. But because you killed us between 66 and 1970 and nothing happened, and from 1945 to 1966 and nothing happened, that was the reason, or should I say, that is the reason why the Fulanis will keep coming to kill us on a daily basis. Right now, from this day onwards, if you kill us, we are going to kill you. The men are ready. They have come to defend Biafra land, not to separate from Nigeria, no. We are going to accomplish that via a referendum. But if you come to our villages now to rape our mothers or abduct our sisters, you will die in the process. Any governor found aiding any of these people or giving our land to Fulani Janjaweed will be in trouble with us. Let me make one thing abundantly clear to all of you listening. We have resolved to die for what we believe in. And our belief is simple, very, very simple, that we are going to defend the land of Biafra with all our might. Not in pursuit of secession, as the idiots would say, but in pursuit of the defense of our land so that our mothers can go to the farm without the risk of being raped and torn to pieces. Some of you saw what happened at Uli. How a very beautiful young Biafran lady went to the farm and never came back. She was not only raped, her body was mutilated, cut into pieces and strewn all across her farmland. None of you did anything. Anambra State governor did nothing. Instead, he went along to appoint the same people that committed such heinous crime against the land itself into his cabinet. These are the idiots we are having to contend with in the land of Biafra. And we are saying enough is enough. If you're part of this very conspiracy to emasculate the children of God, to destroy Biafra land, then you are grossly mistaken. I know that the Fulani Janjaweed are not highly educated, they are not polished, they are not discerning, they cannot reason very well. Let me make this very, very clear. The Eastern Security Network is what it is. An organized vigilante outfit, rather than restricting the activities of the defense of our land to maybe Enugu State or Delta State or even Bayelsa State, for instance. We have resolved to defend the entirety of Biafran territory. Allow me to repeat, because some of you are not educated enough to understand what we are saying. I am addressing this to the Fulani Janjaweed. Allow me to repeat. The Eastern Security Network is there to safeguard our land, to stop Fulani terrorists from Mali, from Gambia, from coming into our land to kill us. Our mothers must return to their farms, and our daughters must be able to move about very, very freely. The only way out of the mess people are in Nigeria is that people should stop talking and doing the work necessary to free everybody from this Fulani-inspired bondage. Today, people died, or should I say a lawmaker was killed in Yoruba land. This same day, today, in Benue State, 4 people were killed. Even in Katsina, young boys were abducted, and girls, as a matter of fact, from the dormitories. That is the level of insecurity in Nigeria, and people are dying on a daily basis. Are you going to sit down, just lament, talk about it, and nothing happens? Or are you going to join us to ensure that this reign of Fulani terrorism and insecurity is brought to an end? That is what we are for. That is why this very security outfit has been set up. And that is the work they are going to do. And nobody, and I repeat, nobody is going to stop us. Extrajudicial killings will no longer be tolerated.